beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, up, up. You'll be okay. A beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes. You'll see it's true. Good times, sunshine, gonna be here in no time now. Bad times, gray skies, push them all away, turn them upside down. You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life. There's a beauty.
Alright, welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's a small project Wednesday. We're going to be working on some bookmarks tonight. Using these little bookmark things. It's got a little hole in it, and I'm going to put on some basic weaves. I'm going to do some in a scale. I've got some that I'm just going to do some basic 2 and 2 with a pendant type thing on the end. I've got several different types of things I can put on the end. I got some wings. Got several different styles of wings. This is just one I pulled out to do it with, and I'm gonna make a feathered one. I got several I'm gonna do, so we're just gonna kind of work on it tonight and just work on putting some together till time runs out, or I run out of rings that I pre-pulled out. I pulled out several different rings for different colors to do a few different things. So we'll just kind of work on that tonight and see how it goes. I've been wanting to do these for a while, so I finally got in some. I still am looking for some better ones. These aren't too bad. They're base metal, this plated silver, nickel free and all that, so that's partial plus, but I'd like to find some that are just solid stainless steel. So I'm still in the process of looking for those, but I figured I wanted to get some going, so I got some of these that I knew where I could get some, and hopefully we'll get some more at some other point. So let's see here. What do I want to start with? We'll just go with, let's start with a scale one, I guess. Dropping stuff everywhere. Probably need 7-ish of these, 8 to get the length I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What do you want, buddy? Yeah, I hear you. What? You got food? You can go outside. Door is open for you. He started hearing me talking, and he's like, he's talking. Need to get me a kitty cam. So we're just going to kind of do just a straight shot of scale. Oh, somebody opened the door. It wasn't you, though. You're still sitting there. Just going to kind of do a simple scale, linear scale, I think is what it's called. They call this. I've made these into bracelets. I've got a few collar-styled, I think they call them goddess necklaces. I'm not quite sure, but it comes around and comes down. They're really cool looking. I've done a couple of those. I just figure, you know, something simple to go off this. I made one scale one already. Where did I put it? I put it over here. Oh, here it is. It's made with yellow rings, bigger than I should for, with bigger rings than I normally would use to do scale mail. But I figured to try to give it a little different hang. So I just used yellow square 1/4-inch rings on it. And I've used glow-in-the-dark scales. So it actually does glow in the dark. Kind of hard to get it in picture, but I did do that one earlier. I was like, might as well just do a little something. After I got everything kind of set up for doing the stream tonight, I was like, we'll just go ahead and work on it. I did another one. We're going to work on another one of it, just a Mobius flower connected chain out of 12 gauge 1/2-inch rings. It's normally what I use for my large crosses. AR is pretty big on those. I don't remember it right offhand. Yeah, I don't have it written down on that. I got it on my other paper somewhere. I need to put that paper underneath my clear topper too, so I can have quicker access to it instead of always having to pull out my paper on it. I don't, yeah, well, that one goes up 12 gauge, yeah, and a half inch. Okay, I guess it is on this one. So AR is about 5.1 according to this chart. But sometimes, well, like I said, I always kind of measure out my rings anyway, and I rub them down on my little paper whenever I get new rings in, just so, because they're never quite what they say, and I'd rather be a little more accurate in the AR, especially if I'm working with something that's going to be very AR sensitive. Actually, I'll probably just better put it on the other side. So I hope everybody's having a good day up to their middle of the week. It's nice and Wednesday. It was a pretty warm one here today. I think we hit about 94, 95. It's not super hot, but still hot enough. Supposed to cool down tomorrow with some rain. Kind of looking forward to the rain a little bit, other than it making the grass grow. So I want a turf lawn. I'd rather vacuum it. And I won't have to worry about getting a mower all the time. So I'm still searching for a rider mower now, because I got one more thing I'm going to try to the current one and see if I can get it going. I'm sure it's probably something somewhat simple, but it's so old, it's hard to find parts for it. So I'd like to get a newer one that I could add I guess you can add a bagger attachment to this one, but again, finding it, since it's been a discontinued model for so long, they're harder to find, and when you do find them, they're kind of expensive just because they're discontinued. So I mean, that's part of having a lawn, I guess. Well, so we're just gonna do, how many did I put on that one anyway? I didn't even look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll probably just go, I might go 8 on this one because I am using smaller rings, and then we'll attach it on up to our bookmark. Like I said, I'm going to do several different styles. We're just going to kind of keep working on them here during the stream till either I run out of rings or run out of time. I wouldn't say run out of rings, but rings that I have pre-pulled out. I just pulled out a variety of a few sizes and colors just to kind of play around and have fun doing it. I've got to plan on doing some more after the stream. I'm going to do a stainless, probably a copper, and some different weaves. Like I said, I'm just going to kind of mix it up and play around. I got 20-ish of these or so right now. So I figured I wanted to get some made up for our event coming up, since I haven't had these before, and it'd be a good thing to take along with events and see how they do. You never know, sometimes they might do well, sometimes maybe not, but they're small, they'll be fairly inexpensive, so easy to create. Heck, we're almost done with this first one here, and it hadn't been all that long. But again, I want to thank everybody that's stopping in and check out any of our streams, either live or watch them later. I know I get people watching them later, and I get messages from them and asking questions or whatnot, so I always try to catch all those. If anybody has any questions, comments, you can send a private message. You can send them in the comment section here. I'll answer anything that I see. If I ever miss anything, just send something to me again. But the only time I seem to really miss anything is on my own personal page. Business page I normally have open all the time, but so that's pretty much that. Just a little simple dangle for the bookmark here. Just attach that onto there, and should be done. Pretty simple little bookmark. I did mean to pull out a book so I could put it in a book and show it, but nothing real major to them. They'll all be somewhat easy and small, and just something fun to add to your bookmarks if you're into reading books. I have some books. Most of them, though, are home improvement style books. I don't do a whole lot of reading novel type books. A lot of people do, and that's all great. I just, my daughters both, they love reading books. I used to when I was younger, but as I got older, it was like, just one, didn't have time with the kids, and then just everything else I end up doing, playing around with as a hobby. So let's see here. Let's go with, I guess we'll just do I wanted to do this in 1/4 inch though, I think. Oh, there's the black ice. There it is. That's the one I wanted to do. Yeah. When we're going to do a black ice one, we're going to attach the key lock one to it. This one, like I said, I'm just going to do as a double or a 2 and 2 straight chain. Nothing special to it. I figure I'm going to do a few basics, and then I'll do a few more, I'm going to do a couple Persian, full Persians, weave. Just going to kind of mix it up, like I said. I'll probably put in some of the new weaves that we've done over the last several weeks on Small Project Night. Just kind of had some idea of what I wanted to do, but that's why I just kind of pulled a variety of sizes and colors out and play around. I'm probably going to do one more scale and one in red. What did I do? Okay, there they are. I was like, where's my other rings? So I pulled out some purple, some yellow, blue, red, sky blue. Actually going to work in this 1/2 inch turquoise and make a Mobus flower units. And just, basic Mobus flower connected. Single connector, just a little dangle. Like I said, nothing super spectacular, but I want to keep them somewhat reasonably priced, so I'll have more extravagant ones too. I'd like to, like I said, find some stainless steel, solid stainless steel ones, maybe even some anodized bookmarks that I can really kind of, make more special per se. But I'm also going to do ones where they're basic dangle of some type of weave and put some of I've got some scales that I've etched and scales that I bought that are pre-etched. So I've got several of those. I've got some with dolphins on a heart and things like that. So I'm just going to do a few of those too. I don't know if those will be in the stream night. I didn't pull out the scales or anything that I have pre-etched. They're hanging. I could probably get to them fairly easily, but I figured, I'll just work with what I got here. I need to grab more a little bit. I might, depending on where we're at, how the time runs tonight, how the stream's going. I haven't really looked to see if it's going. Yeah, I'm still at 0% on drop rate, so all that should be pretty good. Like I said, this one's just a basic 2 and 2. I figured I was going to do a couple of these with the lock and the feather, or the wing. So I've got the wing here, and then I've got some, actually my feathers, I'm going to try to do like a shaggy loop style and just hang 3 or 4 of them, kind of let them dangle as a 4-pack. We'll probably do that one after I do 2 of these or so. I'm trying to think what other color would I want to do. Well, I don't have any more 16 gauge out. I'd rather do a double or a 2 and 2. I always call them double. That's what I first started calling them before I learned what it was actually called. Like I said, I had a lot of weaves that I learned before I actually started looking up weaves. It was just stuff I'd play around with and weave together, and I was like, hey, that's cool. So then, years later, I come to find out it has a name. Hardest part is getting from what I just called them, because I never read any books. It was just kind of playing around. Wasn't until 7-8 years ago now when I really started looking, and I was like, I've never looked up chainmail online, even though I've been online for years. It was one of those dumbfounded moments, like, why didn't I ever look that up beforehand? Never dawned on me to look up chainmail online. So there's a lot of things that I kind of nicknamed my own names just so I could remember them. And through the years, I've gotten better at remembering to call them the proper names. Sometimes I will occasionally call them something different. Not on purpose, just because, like I said, it's just something I kind of gave it a name back then and never thought about it, and just gotta remind myself it's got a name. It's got a name. Just measuring it up to the one I got over there to see if I don't want to make it super too long. Actually, this is probably the last one since it's gonna have a dangle on it. Kind of forgot about the dangle part there. Ooh, I do have the violet out. Maybe I'll do the violet with the wing. That is another 16 gauge I got. I'm kind of looking at all the rings I got set up. Most everything I got pulled out is 18, 18, 18, 18. Got a lot of 18. I don't know why I didn't pull out any more 16 gauge, but so we'll just put that on the end here. And I can probably double that one up since there's going to be plenty of room. Can't double up the top one on the connector ring though, so. We're just using some black ice for this. I kind of like the black ice. I've been mixing it with a lot of stuff lately, just because it's kind of a different. It's kind of a grayish, but I need to probably mix this with some of the matte gray the kids got me, because that matte gray was kind of cool looking too. So just a simple 2 and 2 chain. We'll attach that on up to the bookmark, and another one done. Like I said, these will be pretty simple. I didn't get a good closure on that. Didn't feel good. There we go. That's much better. It was a little longer than the other one. I forgot about having that part on there, but just as simple. It's not real heavy or anything. It's got a little bit of weight to it, but it'll fit right into your book without a problem and hang over the binding edge. And like I said, I did test the first one on a book, and then it was actually wife's book after I took it to her and let her see it, and then just totally forgot to grab my own book for showing tonight. Let's go. These are 1/4 inch, so we'll go ahead and maybe we triple this one, make it a 3 and 3. Let's do a couple 2 and 2s first, and then we'll see if we want to add a third one to it. See if I like to look better. Make it different though, so maybe I should just go with 3 and 3 while I'm just thinking about it and not have to worry about it. Yeah, 3. We'll probably pull it together a little bit better, maybe. Being bigger rings. The other ones were 7/32, which is not, I mean, it's smaller, but not by a ton. But I could have probably mixed the dark or the black ice with this. Would probably look pretty good too. I don't think I've actually done violet and black ice yet. I got a bunch of stuff that I pulled out trying to get things ready, and I'm just looking at all over my colors going, what colors have I not mixed yet? What colors have I not mixed yet? Trying to keep mixing them up. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on that one. These are bigger, so we'll probably just end up going 6 on this, just to, since the wing will be actually a little bit bigger than the lock that we put on the last one. I even thought about doing some of the spike. I've got some of the normal chrome plated plastic spikes. I've got also a bunch of variety of, I wouldn't call them matte, but they're not shiny spikes. And then I also have some metal ones. I think I've got some that are stainless, and then I've got some that are bronze, I believe. I'll have to look that up and see what they actually are. That we could probably go with too. So there's a variety of different things you could do with these bookmarks, which is kind of nice. Kind of reminds me of doing keychains in a way. You know, they don't have to be, you know, something extravagant to still look good. Hey Janice, nice to see you. I didn't share this over to my page. I forgot to again tonight. I guess I will tomorrow night. I didn't know that you were on my business page, but thank you. Yeah, and I've said it several times. Since you weren't here, it was actually Janice, is one of the people I went to with to the first chainmail event at the Renaissance Festival, and kind of got me hooked, even though it took years to finally kind of get it to become a business. But it was going to the Renaissance Festival with you all that got me into this. Been playing around with it for years, so you're the one I blame. Just playing. But it's good to see you here. I don't know if you've seen all the other things I've been doing. Some of the Chiefs stuff I've been doing. I know you're kind of a Chiefs fan. She's into those Seahawks. Yeah. I still, every time I watch Seahawks game, first person I think of. Well, here's Janice's team. It's good to see you here. Remember, you remember that? Yeah. This is my first time on. Pleasure for watching. Well, thanks for joining in. The more the merrier. Some nights we have quite a few people, other nights a little less, but you know, I'm having fun doing it. Keeps me busy, getting chainmail out there. Definitely helped a bit. I've been getting more and more orders since I've been doing the live streams. So I do like it. Yeah, and like I said, if you've seen any of my other stuff, I don't know if you've checked out any of the other inlays and stuff that I've done here lately. But they're all posted on Facebook. And there's some more out here. How many more do I need to go? We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will probably be the last one before we add the wing on. I figure this purple will go good with the wing. Could go all silver, but kind of want to make them a little colorful. If I had my other colors out, I probably would have mixed them up and made little stripes in them or something, but eventually I will. Like I said, I'll just continue to grow this line of stuff too, if, you know, people like it, and I'll just keep adding more. Glad I caught you on, and I have, and love your work. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you'd seen any of it or not. Ooh, that hole is actually too small. I thought all these were 16 gauge holed wings. What's up with that? Well, I do have my flower-ish wing. I got, like I said, I got a bunch of different wings, a little shorter, but it does have a flower kind of emblem up in there. But it's definitely got a bigger hole in it. I gotta look at my others on these. Yeah, they all seem a little small. They were all supposed to be able to hold 16 gauge rings, but maybe they were going for SWG instead of AWG, or vice versa. I'll put that back in there later. Well, let's see, with going that one smaller, let's see. I guess that still won't be too bad. We'll go with that and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, don't forget, still trying to get to the 300 likes, so get us shared out there. When we get to 300 likes, we're going to start doing some giveaways on the stream here, the live streams, of some of our things. So definitely get us out there and share and show back up on occasion. I will start making posts about the giveaways when we do get to the 300 likes on the page. Well, there's that one. I don't know if I can get it good enough up here to the camera and it can kind of show the little flower rose in the wing itself. But there's that one, just like I said, a simple, well, this is a 3 and 3, unlike the 2 and 2 that we just did. Okay, what are we going to do next here? I guess we could do a full Persian. That one will take a little longer to do a full Persian weave, but I did want to do a Byzantine. Another pretty simple weave, but we'll go with the Persian first here. Get it done. I'm going to do a purple and yellow on that one. Just straight up purple. I have some other purple too, but oh, these aren't the... Yeah, I forgot all about that, dang it. These are all the purples that are useless because they got nicks in them. Let me double check. Yeah, I forgot to remove these. Gotta put that on my list. I'm gonna grab a piece of paper real quick, or a pencil. So I can write on my paper to remind me to remove these, because I've got almost probably 900 rings in here that are basically worthless. I guess what would go good with a yellow? I'll grab those out. Actually, these I'm just move off the side before I forget. Let's go with a yellow and what have I not done? A little pile here. Done a yellow. Haven't done a green and yellow in a while. Let me grab some green real quick. 1/4 inch, 18 gauge. Green quarter. Oh, and I'm going to need, and we'll use you. 1/4 inch, 18 gauge green. Yeah, we'll just go with that. Actually, that might be good. I guess the next event here is going to be in Smithville, so their colors are green and gold, greenish yellow. I guess I kind of forgot about doing that for the event. Yeah, those purples do drive me nuts. I keep pulling them out and keep forgetting. So I'll put them off to the side this time. Hopefully I won't forget. I need to get some more. And hey, John. That is true, but I'd have, they're 18 gauge 1/4 inch, so I'd have to probably make a 3 and 3 to be able to do it. Super Kinged, whatever you want to call it, to get them to work right for that. I mean, I've thought about just throwing them in the tumbler and get out there, wearing all of it off and just become back to bright aluminum again. I've done that on a few others before, but I really hate to do it to that many. But otherwise, I just can't use them. I guess maybe I could do a half stress on them, try to do a half tumble on them and wear it down, because actually I've had some that come out really cool when I've tumbled off the color, trying to tumble it off. Halfway through the process, you kind of get a oblique kind of color to them, and not such standard all the way around. Sometimes a little darker here and there, which might work okay for that. I don't know. I'd have to play around with that, I guess, and see. Or otherwise, they're kind of pointless. I can't believe they would sell that kind of stuff. So we're just going to go with full Persian of yellow and green. Good to see you in here tonight, John. Hope you're having a good night. Working. Alrighty. I need you to flip out to 2, 2, and 2. Thank you. And then I'll grab a yeller. Goes through that, over that, pull it under that one. Put the other green down, come up through the middle. And boom, Bob's your uncle. And put on those. Get these closed up. Put in my other yeller. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to gotta remember. Okay, yeah, I did move them over to the side. I want to make sure that I don't forget about doing that, and I need to order some more and get some good ones. If it wasn't that I'd ordered those so long ago and then put them up and never hadn't used them in so long. I've been using some of these newer colors lately. It wasn't until I finally wanted to use them in something that I realized they're screwed up. It made me check all the other purples. I did do that. That was the only group of them. Only the 18 gauge. Still thought about contacting about it, but it's like, it had been so long, I doubt anything would come of it, so. Seems like I've been having to contact them a lot more here recently, so I won't bug them too much. And we'll just go like that. I wonder how many units of this I really need. Oh, come on. I hate these stuck ones. Worst on the smaller the gauge you go, it seems like. I guess I did need 2, dummy. Hopefully I'm staying in this other screen. I hadn't even really thought about it. I've seen all your flowers you've been making up late, your scale flowers. I got a pretty good group of those still, but I've got some barrettes now I want to attach them to too, also. I bought some a long time ago and I couldn't get them to work. They weren't really made for attaching mail to. So I had to put them off to the side, and then I finally got some that I can attach mail to, and then I just haven't made up anymore. Mostly use them in my magnets I make them out of, and the smaller ones I've made some small earring ones if I use my tiny scales. And they come out pretty nice. I sell a lot of those little earrings in that way, in different colors. Alright, come on, get apart there. There you go. Let's see here, where are we running? We're already half an hour in. Got several made up. Everything's looking good there. Oh yeah, it's too big. Yep, in paradise. Wishing I was a home welding, I'm sure. You'll go home and stay up for hours and hours and hours. Let's see here, probably 3 more units, and probably be long enough, since I'm not going to put a dangly on the end of this one or anything. It's just going to be this weave, and then we'll do one of the bulbous flowered units, because I already did one of those earlier too. I had to stop. I was like, man, I could just keep going doing this, but I got a stream tonight. I'll use up all my bookmarks now if I don't stop. Which was probably a good thing. Then I ended up talking to the Band Parents Association president and chatting a little bit. I got several work things that I need to get done for them for the upcoming marching season, since school's going to be starting up here soon enough. So I will have to spend some time on getting the website updated and all the new information of the officers for all that. Get all their fundraisers. I'm actually going to be doing another tumbler fundraiser for them later in October. Did it last year. I'm not making any money on doing it, but you know, helping them raise money for the band, and hopefully, you know, they'll get enough money going that they can get a trip going here soon. They haven't been on a trip in a few years, so I will have that coming up too. That'll probably be a week I might have to postpone some streams in October, just so, because it, you know, I think last year we had 87 cups or something like that, tumblers I had to do. So that took me quite a while to go through and get all those done. I would need to file each scale and put them in a right. Well, you were using the titanium ones, I think. Most time you don't have to. It just does depend. There have been a few that I have had to file a little bit, but the ones I normally like to use for those, and what I plan on using for those, is the premium scales that they tumble first and they anodize them, so there's really no sharp edges on their premium ones. Now, I hate the price of them, but, you know, it is what it is. if I'm just using standard ones, you know, stainless steel, or my titanium ones that I do have, I did actually put them through the tumbler to get all the sharp edges off before I'm going to do some anodizing to those, which I hope to in the next couple weeks to bring out the anodizer and try to do some anodizing on the stream of my niobium and titanium stuff. I got several that I've been wanting to do with that, but also wanted to have the welder, so got the welder in a semi-permanent position now, so I've actually used it a couple times already. So it's kind of nice to have it out. I'm definitely going to use it more. I still want to find a better permanent place, but I'm thinking I'm going to have to do some bigger rearranging to have that happen. So that I'm probably going to put it off for a little while, since it's at least out and workable right now. All the black and the stainless and the titaniums, TRLs, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'd try to tumble the black, but you know, just my straight no colored titanium and niobium I'll put through. Normally I give those a good 12 hours through the tumbler with some steel shot, and cleans up all the edges pretty nice before I'm going to do anything to them. So, but like I said, if I go with their standard aluminum ones, I do have to kind of worry on some of them that I have to file down. Most of them are not too bad, but like I said, the premium ones though are nice. I haven't had to worry about any of that on the premium scales. Just hate buying them at 10 at a time in packages instead of 100 at a time. Let's see here. Excuse me. I think we'll go one more unit after this, and then we'll tie it up. And definitely a little longer to do a full Persian weave, but you know, full Persians use a lot of rings and takes a little time. But it's a neat looking weave. I like how you can mix up the colors from this way. You can stripe, you can go every other, you can do all kinds of cool things. I got one picture I did a while back. Oh man. Where I used the same colors and just made them in different patterns with the colors. I did some regular striped ones, and I went candy, or like a wrapped around, going every other one as I stepped up in the colors, and then made a half and half. And that's what I like about the full Persian. You can do some fun stuff with it, changing up the coloring. That's what I do with most of my cross keychains and pendants. I'll mix up the colors, and I'll have, you know, 3 or 4 of the same color, just mixed differently on how they'll come out. So is this going to be the last one? Let me look here. Put a dangle. And I might go one more. Got inspired on the flowers from another post I saw. Still no pinwheel, but getting closer. Sweet. Yeah, I've seen somebody was doing that the other day. I caught a few pictures of. Wish I could spend more time over there on those pages and check out some more stuff. I'll see pictures and something new that I want to remember. I just grab a picture, you know, save that picture real quick so I can go back to it later. But then finding the post again is always a booger. It's like, where did that word? Which group was that in? The picture come from? And then I gotta go find it. And if I can't figure it out anyway, but most of the time, like I said, I can. I think it had a different style of weaving to hold it all together. I've got like 3 different style flowers that I currently do, but that one was also different, so it's another one that I want to look at a little closer. And should have saved a picture, but I know I didn't of that one. Still trying to get all my folders cleaned and straightened up from my last reboot on the system. Was a week and a half ago now. I'm still running across things like, oh yeah, I forgot to do that. Oh yeah, I forgot to do this. I set my mouse wheel button on scroll and let it slowly scroll through the group as I weave. That's not too bad of an idea. Never really thought about doing that, because you can spend hours and hours on there, you know, just looking at different things, and it's always fun to do that and look at all the most things that are there. I've seen and done weaves and whatnot, but you know, occasionally you'll run across some cool things, even if they are the same. It's just the different colors from a different manufacturer kind of give it a different look, so you kind of, you know, stick around a little more. And so yeah, we'll call this the last one. And then we'll do a Mobus flowered unit. One. So let's see here. Which way do I want my color to go? Okay, now I probably need to go. I guess yellow, since it's going to go through that way, or do I want to pull it through that way? No, we got to go underneath. Try to keep it more open and give you still the V all the way up. So I'll go ahead and attach it. Alright, so there's a simple full Persian one. Get a decent picture of it. Could have made it a little longer, but I think that's going to be pretty good. I mean, it's going to hang down quite a bit on the bookmark. I don't quite want to go longer than that of the thing, but so let's see here. I want to do the dangly. No, let's go ahead and go do the Mobus flower unit. That will be a quick one anyway. I'm going to go 3 units and 3 on each unit, so it should be a fairly quick. Another fairly quick one to do. My oldest boy just learned his 3rd weave, HP 3-in-1. Cool. At least you have somebody to help you there. I know it took me forever to finally figure out 3-in-1, and then once I figured it out, it was like, how did I not figure this out before? It was one of those weird ones. And this is the turquoise they now have. I do like it, they just don't have it in other sizes. I've gotten some turquoise from 2 other places, and it's not shiny. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Now, I'm digging matte more and more now, but I like the shiny things sometimes. Now, these are big 12 gauge half-inch rings. We'll make up 3 of these units. I did a red one earlier today. And always kind of gotta remember to make sure you put your twist in the right way and make all your units the same way. So I normally do all my twists going down and under from the left, clockwise, whatever, so that they go in that way. So I can try to remember that way. And hand for me on 30 rings he's working on. Yeah. My daughter did like it. She kind of got into it. Kind of got her into it, but she was getting into the high school age, and then all her band functions kind of took a lot of extra time, so she had less time to do it. I think she still kind of digs it, but it, you know, chainmail is definitely one of those time-consuming projects that, you know, kind of have to have the right mental mind, I guess, in a way to do it. Because it's so repetitive sometimes, you know. It can get boring, but you got to make it fun. Try different things and all that. So 3 of these. Yeah, these will be really quick and easy, and being so big, I don't need very many units of them. I think if I did 3 on the other one, it came out pretty good. I was like, if I go 4, I'm going to be longer than the bookmark itself. But that's what happens when you use these big giant rings. Really only used them, like I said, for doing my large. Actually, more people have actually. I put them on whatever they want to put them on. Most people want them on something short, and they'll put them in, hang them on the rearview mirror of their car. The big giant crosses. I should have pulled one of those out. I've got, what is it, the large, then the medium size, and then tiny. So I got 3 different sizes in those. And that's what I originally pulled out these 1/4 inch for, was for the connectors. Oh, I'm sure, especially with You probably got him working with all that stainless steel and stuff. He'll be all pumped up in the forearms here soon enough. You further, I can tell. I'm getting used to the small stuff again. And make sure. Okay. Oh, you got untangled here. In and in. Alright. Come on. Not a lot of room on these 1/4 inch to get it, but once you get it closed, it's fine. Spin them around. What is your problem here, dude? Alright, 3, there. Actually, I did use bigger ring on the other one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull out the 5/16. Why did I pull out 1/4 when I can look right over there and I see they're on 5/16 size? Can't believe I did that too. Yeah, I'm constantly grabbing stuff. He strips it, I coil and cut it, he gets the rings. Sweet. That's probably the best thing to learn on and get used to it. Something you don't mind screwing up. That's what I did with a lot of the first BA I got, the bright aluminum. I didn't want to start messing with the other stuff when I started getting into actual making pieces in the business and everything. 5/16, there we go. Now we won't have a problem. And actually we'll put you back up while I'm here. Yeah, when I was messing and got these bookmarks, I was like, I could almost make my own bookmarks, but I need a press. Because I could weld up and stuff, and I was like, well, then I could do some other things and take them locally and get them anodized, but probably end up costing a lot more to do it that way. He started in gallery, but figured he doesn't need more zinc. Likely got enough for me. Yeah. Yeah, I've got the one that's built out of that. Then I'm working on the. That was actually one that I got from somebody else a long time ago. Why I wanted to do my own, kind of just went old school on it, hand winding, hand cutting. And eventually I will finish it up, but it's one of those things that I do kind of like the color mix of this. I did want to kind of do old school. I hate the zinc part of it, but Yeah, I first learned with the guy that taught me. That's what he was doing when he got it, and chatted all those many moons ago. Now I'm using a rod. He was using a screwdriver. I did have a rod that I wound all my coils on, but so there's that one. Just a simple single connected Mobus units to got a pretty decent length to it. Well, here's the red one I did earlier too. So that's those two. I can't really hold those very good to get them looking together. But little simple ones, like I said, I'm trying to give them a few different price points, some cheaper ones, some more expensive ones, just to, plus just show off the different styles. If somebody wants something in a different color. Now I have a setup making it real work. Yeah, cool. Overlaps, hammered, punched, riveted, and has been evicted. Oh, I bet. One day. Like I said, I've got about half my setup I need to do. riveted. There are still a few things I need to get. A few things I thought about doing them slightly different than the way I've seen them done. I had a slight bend in that one. And I figured, I mean, you can do them a little differently, but he was the one video that I really watched and liked. He was kind of more old school. He was out there putting them in his fire and stuff instead of using a torch to heat them up and all that. So let's see here. We're gonna go with lime. Yeah, we'll do some lime, and I want to do a 4-pack of feathers. Welded metal still smooth, it's nice feeling. Welded, I'm starting to be just thinking it's best. Well, yeah, I mean, welded is probably going to be the best overall, just because, I mean, rivet's still going to hold up better than butted, obviously, but why did I put the lid on that? I just want to be able to do it. It gives you a different look using the flat rings like that. I just think it's kind of a cool look, and that's why I want to have a setup to do that. Heck, even like, is it Hannibal? No. Yeah, no. No, I think it was Hannibal. He was doing the nails. He's bending up stainless steel nails and making stuff out of that. Now, that was just really cool. I like that stuff. I was like, I want to do that. Too, and I can't find the video anymore of his rig that he made up to do it. And it's like, I need that. I need that. There's a nice little setup he had. I mean, it's basically just a miniaturized, you know, pipe bender in a way, if I remember correctly, but that's why I wanted to watch the video again, because I'd like to do up some bending the nails and making it in the mail. Pig fat oil lantern burns hot enough to nail rings. His nails remind me of my S-hooks, the one I made the shirt of. Yeah. I know I've seen some others out there too, but his was the one where I seen the rig that he set up to do all his bending, and I was like, man, I want to make that. I wanted to contact him about it, but I've actually sent a few things to Hannibal and never got replies back for other things. So I was like, oh, I don't want to bug him. I don't like sending down a ton of emails or messages to people if I don't get a reply back. It's like, you know, 2, sometimes 3's about all I go. If I don't hear a response back, that's normally when I'm just like, okay, never mind. I'm sorry for bugging you. But I like looking at some of his stuff too, and that's kind of how I set up my winder, my coiler. Just from watching some of his. It was his, and I think it was West Coast Chainmail maybe. Some of their earlier coilers videos, and that's kind of how I went and built mine off their ideas on that. Similar but different, but you know. Eventually I have another idea I want to do. It's kind of more my own, but I need to get the shop and garage built that I can have more room to do it in. Just can't do that kind of big stuff down here right now. Just not enough room to do so. One twist forming rig to make twisted rings, or it's one thing I don't like about the TRL rings. I bought some and I've never used them in anything because actually I built the wife one bracelet out of it. The thing I didn't like about their the two wires that they twist together, I'm sure there's a mathematical formula on how many twists per inch you need to be able to make. What I didn't like is when they put the cut in the ring so you could open and close them, they didn't always line up. When you go to the twist could be off, and you couldn't get a good closure. You know, you could get one of the rings set up, but with cutting out the material that disappears from doing the cutting, I don't know. I didn't like the closures on them, so I just never used them for anything. Oh, okay, Hannibal's nail rig was one twist rig from. Yeah, you kind of put it in there and just and be done. I was like, that's so simple. It'd be a lot easier than anything I could figure out with what I currently have. I might end up just going with 3 on there. 3's pretty long. I'd have to shorten it up. Maybe I'll make one more to try to put 4 on it. And let's see, I've got 3. Maybe if I just go 2, and then I could go 4 on them maybe. We'll try that. I got another group. We'll try some orange, I guess. Kind of give it, like I said, it's more of like a shaggy loops kind of thing. They're just kind of dangling off singles. And yeah, I like that rig, and I've gone back through, but it was so long ago. Trying to find anything on the Facebook groups is a pain in the butt if they were very long ago. And that's, I did go looking through once. I wonder what I was trying to build there. It's just 4 in 1 weave. Just a little sheet of it. I don't know what I was building. I haven't used orange in a while, at least in this size. So I don't even know what I was doing there. The crazy, crazy things you run across. Sometimes I'll find some pieces that I put in there because I was going to come back to it and never did. I did search his name, but again, it went down so far, but it only let me go back like a year and a half of his stuff. And even at that point, I had to go see more or something like that at the bottom, and then eventually stopped giving me the Seymours, and I couldn't go any further. And I was like, I tried putting in nail rig. I tried searching for it in many different name styles that I was trying to think of what it would be called, and I just could not find it again. I did spend one day, I spent probably 2 hours just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I guess that's when I should have set up an auto scroll and just let it go till it got, because like on your personal pages, it seems like you can go pick a year, go back to 2016 or something like that, and then start looking at the post from there. But in a big group place, I haven't found that option, if there is that option where you can go, just go back 2 years and start searching from there and go back. But I guess I could. I don't know if I did search through the videos or not that way. I went into the media section, but I think it was just showing me mostly pictures, and it's still there. I mean, everybody posts a picture normally with a post, so that just adds to the length of everything. So let's go just every other ring and see if we can get 4 stuck in this. Yeah, there's still a decent amount of gap right there. So that might work okay too. See, another reason I like chain mounting. You just keep playing with it till you get something. Some people might like the longer look, some people might like the shorter look, who knows. But yeah, I need to go in there and search a little more and try to find it, because I'd definitely like to try to figure out how to build a rig like that. So I've been wanting to do nails ever since I seen that. And I had some crap nails that I was playing with, manually doing them just around things I had that I put in the vise, and it was just like, man, this is going to take forever. So I ended up giving up on it. It's like, I just need to go find the video, see if I can get a rig built up like that. There's something wrong with that hole. I've got a few of these that the holes aren't quite perfect on. These 2, and this one's good. Come on. Well, I don't have it open enough for one, but those others had some. Need to be cleaned up their holes a little bit. I forgot the door was open. It's like, man, I'm getting a little warm in here. Yeah, this should be okay. A little longer than the 3 version, but I can have more feathers in this version, so in a way I like it better. A little more weight to it for sure than especially the Mobist ones. I'll probably need to do one of these and just straight up silver, some BA, and that does give a little color, not much, so I mean it's not overly gaudy, I don't think, but kind of neat how it kind of just fans out there. Oh, that's a leaf one there, another leafy. A leafy. And I'll have to remember what I was doing with this. I mean, it almost looks like I was going to make a cupish style bracelet, but I don't know. It's too big to be round mail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's too big to be round mail. I guess I could still make it round mail, but it'd be huge and loose. I like a tight round mail. Looks nice, right? With the right size rings, make a nice round mail. Which I probably could do in one of these, but it's another ring hogger. I spend a lot on stainless or let them rust on them nails. Oh yeah, I figured so, but it was still something that was just cool looking. I want to do just to show the things, and you know, the different. Because I mean, basically, it's just kind of a 4-in-1 weave with it once you've made that up. So, and well, I think Steampunk Garage, she did some. Did she have? I think she had some titanium nails. Somebody had some titanium nails at some point. I remember that too. Alrighty. Move on out of the way here. Let's go ahead and do this other red scale one. I want to do a red scaled. Give me 3 scales. And I'll need to pull out some rings to do another. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and lime and orange. No, I've done lime and orange before, haven't I? Let's go sky blue and orange. Have I done sky blue and orange? Oh, look here. There's sky and silver. Like I said, I try to pull out every color combination that I currently have, so that I could try to. Yeah, I don't think I have a sky. Got sky and red, sky and black eye, sky yellow. I guess I did one there that was in sky, but it had a silver mix in with it. Oh, I'm looking for orange though anyway, so yeah, I don't think I've done a sky and orange yet. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll do a quick Byzantine. Yeah, Byzantine's not so quick, but we'll go ahead and let me pull up my patch again for whatever it was for. We'll get some of these out here. Hey, stay on your own side. Yeah, I probably don't need as much as one color as the other since been a little. Let's see here. Yeah, these gotta be 2 of the same colors, and then yeah. It's been actually quite a while now that I think about it that I actually done a Byzantine weave. It's been about 3-4 months. Normally I'm always doing some type of Byzantine weave because of what I wanted, special ordered colors or whatnot. So I kind of, but I actually haven't had any here recently. I just did get another order for my nut, my bolt, my nut. Yeah, the nut, not a bolt. Stainless steel. I got stainless steel nuts, and I make them into wallet chains. I just got an order for that the other day, so I had to go through and pull out all my stainless and make up the nut wallet chain. If I'm gonna, connector will be blue, so we'll go ahead and put the blue on there. I need to grab a drink real quick too. Where are we at anyway? Haven't looked. An hour in, so yeah. Probably finish this up and then we'll probably close it up for the night. This will take a little bit longer than some of these others anyway, so pull them all out and kind of give them a quick show. The ones we've done so far here. Go ahead and put it on here to keep it something to hold on to. I should be, yeah, 4.1 AR should be okay for Byzantine. I just got ready to think, am I going too small? So, connectors will be blue. And probably double those up. Yeah. But again, before we get too far and being close near done, I want to just thank everybody again that stops by and checks out our stream or watches the videos later. It's all appreciated. Definitely like the people that can stop in and say hey and see what's going on. It's nice to have visitors. No, that's right. Normally on Byzantine I double up I make double 2 and 2s so I have them ready and then I can just attach them together. I guess we'll do that after this group here. We'll put these 2 on, and I guess building it right on here will give me a better idea of my length. This ain't too bad of a color either mixture. I need to make a color chart on what I've done and have it on paper, and then I can figure out the other color combos that I haven't done yet. I've got to do something to keep me away from the red and gold. It's always my first go-to. What am I going to build? I don't know, but it's going to be red and gold. Alright, let's go ahead and do a couple units here. Have them ready. I'm thinking, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 7 more little units. And again, I'll say, looking for those 300 likes on the Facebook page so we can start doing some giveaways again. Like I said, we used to do them years ago. Kind of got away from it there. Just was that we were having a lot. We got to a point now. It might be better now. At the time, we had like 100 or so followers, and biggest problem was is we started getting to the point that everybody had already gotten something in the giveaways that were showing up and commenting about they wanted to be in the giveaway. So figured we could do some live streaming giveaways and hopefully entice some people to come over and say hey. Like I said, I don't know exactly what we would do, what I want to give away. I've got many ideas. And once we get to the bigger, if we get to 500 eventually, I do have a plan for something big. Now, I figure that's still going to be a while out. It'd be nice if we could get to 500 here, somewhat quickly. In a way, I'd kind of regret doing something big, but, it is what it is. The more the merrier, though. Can't, pass on that. There's a missing part ring there. Yeah, I know I was building one of the decahedron balls out of my orange a while back, orange and silver, but I'm racking my brain here trying to figure out what I was going to do with this strip of horn one. I just don't have a clue. I know it had to be something or it wouldn't be sitting there. I haven't had anybody cancel any orders, so not in a while anyway. I've had that happen before where I start working on a piece and then they wanted to cancel the order, so then I just kind of put it to the side and I'll eventually finish it up and just put it in the normal stock. And I know it wasn't anything like that, so I don't know what I was going to use that for. It just has me dumbfounded. It's kind of a tighter. I wouldn't have done the. Oh, come on, dummy. Yeah, I just don't know. Like I said, it's been a little while since I've worked with orange in this size. There's 3. In here. Get on there. Cooperate with me. And just a reminder if you're watching now or later too that we do some laser work too. Is one reason why I haven't, streamed on Tuesdays and Fridays. I do try to leave those 2 days open to do any laser work. I end up still doing chainmail on those days, but that's normally a all-day type thing to get the, it takes a little while to get the laser set up, and then whatever you're working on that you need to get, custom order graphics put in and get the piece laser etched and all that can take a while, and then close down time can take a little while. It's like, I don't want to have to rush and mess something up when it comes to laser, so I didn't want to. Plus, on my Fridays here soon, when school starts back up, I'll be busy on Friday nights for the band things that I do. But I'll still have time during the morning to get any laser work done, so it works out pretty good. I try to save all my laser order stuff for those days and get in and do those then. And then sometimes I will crank it up just to kind of play around if I want to work on something new. On occasion, I want to try something different. And if it were right, we'll do one more, because there's, that'll make 6, 7, 8 total. So should be good. But we've got quite a few different things we do on the laser that we currently have, and I eventually want to start doing some pens and pencil sets. Doing some minor laser etching onto those, but right now we got all kinds of stuff anyway. Go over there and check out. I think it's the branded section right now is all I have set up on the website. Actually, it's for the racing team that I'm on, so it's over there branded for Attack Motorsports. But I basically got one of everything that I've etched over there for that. I'll be adding in. I think I've got a pre-set up for the Tonka band stuff, because I'm gonna offer them a place there where we can do laser etching on that stuff for them too, and normally when they're doing big fundraisers where they're making big orders at once, basically I don't make any profit on that. I just kind of let them keep all the profit on that. But I was going to set up a section for them that people could order at any time and get stuff and donate 25% back to them on things that people would order that way for the cutting boards or pocket knives or cups or whatever it might be. So you can go over there and check that out. I got pictures on Facebook too of all that stuff, so you can check it out there. It might take a little more scrolling to hit the pictures, because like I said, I don't try to post the same pictures over and over again of the same items, but I've still got quite a few pictures through the years that I've added to it. It surprised me when I was looking through them not too long ago, because actually I had that hard drive crash and I lost about half my pictures that I've had through the years. So what I could get back that I had on Facebook, I resaved. That took quite a bit of a work to go through and do all that, but still sucked that I ended up losing quite a bit. I still, like I said, I'm missing half the pictures from everything through the years. I got half of it back, but then the hard drive just would not go anymore. It was like, if I was having to do the old school freezer hard drive, I'd have to put it in the freezer, let it cool down for a couple hours. I could take it out and do the a recovery scan on it, and I could get a little bit back each time. And then I'd have to unplug it, get it back in the refrigerator or the freezer, let it cool back down, and eventually that stopped working, so I couldn't get anything else off the hard drive. Tried everything else before that, didn't want to send it in and spend money on not knowing what I'd get back, and it was like, it is pictures, and some of them I don't have any way of replacing, but is it worth that kind of money to do it? I just couldn't justify the cost for pictures that, again, I can't necessarily recreate. Now, if it would have been home pictures, a family, that might have been a different story. But then chainmail, eventually I'll recreate something again. And there are hard copies, because back some of those were old day pictures that were scanned. So some of those I just got to pull out the old picture albums and get some of those out of there and rescan them. But then there are some that when I first started getting into digital, they're kind of lost because I was stupid and yeah, I didn't have my backup set up properly. Can't believe I did that still. It was backing up every day, but it was missing that one hard drive. I don't know why it's set up that way, what happened. I could have swore it was all set up right, but I stopped checking because I got so used to they were always working and never had a problem, wasn't missing anything for so long that I stopped checking them on my daily. And I triple checked this last time when I reset my system up. I tried that at first and it didn't work. I don't know. It could have been. I mean, I searched up, got the same board to make sure everything would be compatible because I changed the board too first, and now it's long gone because that happened about a year ago. I guess it was now. But yeah, it just finally gave up, and I just had to call it quits. I was tired of actually working on it because it took me probably 2.5 months just to get back the half that I got back, because it was the hard drive that I had my chainmail on and the band stuff on. So that actually that year would have been the 2019 season. Yeah, because we just went through the 2021 season. Now we're in 21-22. So yeah, that season I lost all the band stuff that I had. Now luckily, a lot of that, since it was just only in that year, I have a Facebook channel that I run for them also, so I had almost all the video on there that I could re-grab. It just sucked because I lost all my optional camera views. Because most time I set up 2 or 3 cameras to videotape their performances and kind of flip around back and forth, to different views during different parts of the song. And that one kind of, was easier, but yeah, that was my one hard drive. I've got, 4 hard drives in the system. I've got 10 external hard drives. Some get backed up to the others, obviously, and yeah. Now I've got it at least set up, and I've double checked every day since I've done my reboot that I'm getting saved backups properly done, so I don't have that problem again. You always learn something from every crash, because I did lose a hard drive probably, that was before we bought the house, so that would have been about 16-17 years ago. Obviously a small hard drive back then, but I did lose a lot of pictures in that. Learned, that's when I started learning I better do backups. And then I've had 2 hard drive failures in the last 15 years, so not really too bad overall. I guess some I did have failures, but I was able to get everything moved over before it totally failed. So that's Byzantine. Probably went a little longer than I needed to, but just a quick, simple Byzantine chain on the end of that one. A little longer than the others, but still came out pretty good. Linux boot for hard drive scanning and rebuilding. I didn't try to do that. I have played around in Linux and done some of that. I used to actually have a system that I dual booted into it, but next time I redid my system, I never put Linux back on there because I just never used it enough to go into it. There were parts of it I did like, but other parts of it I didn't. I think it was probably more so I was doing more gaming on the system then, and I was just having a problem getting some of my games to work properly on that. Now I hardly do any gaming on my computer systems anymore, so it's pretty much set up for doing video, pictures and video. So I think the last time I actually ran a Linux build was 5-ish years ago. It was two PC builds ago. I remember that. It was back when shortly before quad cores came out, I guess. And it might have been longer than 5 years ago, because quads have been out for quite a while now. But yeah, it was a dual core system I'd built, and I put Linux on it. And then the next build after that, I stopped putting it on there because I just wasn't using it enough. Yeah, I never did think about that. Use it for a standalone USB boot. Because I did that at first, where I had a USB boot for it, and it was like, well, this is becoming too long to actually get going. That's why I ended up dual booting it and putting it in there. It ain't a bad idea to have it as a side backup if I want to play with it anymore. And I'm sure the Linux builds are quite a bit better than they were 5 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, however long ago it was. Let's see, where are we at here? I might not have enough time to get fully through another one, so we'll go ahead and just pull these out, the ones that I currently have done, and kind of give them a quick show off here, and then we'll kind of close up for the night. Let's see here, we got the big, and this big one, put these two there. Let's see, I got my other, the 4 feathers and the 3 feathered ones. Hopefully maybe I can zoom in a little bit too. I'm going to move that camera around a little bit. Try to make it a little more movable so that I could zoom in and show off stuff at different times. Those basic 2s. This is the glow-in-the-dark scales, which does really glow nicely in the dark, but I can't get it dark enough in here. When I was testing, it was 2 weeks ago when I was doing my reboot, I actually had pulled out some of my glow-in-the-dark rings, and I built a quick piece of it, and I put it out, and I was like, well, the camera's not picking up the glow. Let me turn off some lights, and then I realized I'm not running my cameras on batteries, so I ended up shutting the cameras off, so I couldn't record it because I turned off the power, and I laughed at myself for a little while on that one. It was kind of ridiculous and stupid. Why wasn't I thinking about the power going to it? Alright, let me see. Can I give any kind of easy-ish zoom here? Kind of see most of them. Let's see there. Go all the way back out. How many did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Got 11 of them done, so I only got 9 of those things left. I guess I did 2 of them, so we only did 9 during the stream tonight. Because I did this one before the stream and this one before the stream. And then I had to stop myself. I kind of like the look of using the bigger rings on this one, though. Because it kind of sticks out on the sides and gives a little more showy than normally. What you want is your rings to hide behind your scales. So I might actually try that one again on the red. Maybe go with a... these were 1/4 inch. I don't know if 5/16 would work. I don't know. I might try it. See what it's like anyway. You never know. Okay, John. Thanks for stopping in tonight. You have a good night. I think I missed you. Sorry about that. Okay, gotta go do real work. Yeah. So, we will call it quits for tonight. A little early-ish, but not too bad. We will be back on tomorrow night. We are actually going to finish up the second inlay. Finished up the treble clef inlay. I was going to do 2 of the treble clefs in different colors. After I got done with the first one, I decided to go a different, not necessarily a different direction, but you'll see it tomorrow. We'll finish it up. I think I've got roughly 10 lines to finish up. I'll probably get a couple in before that I started streaming tomorrow night, so we can easily finish it up during the stream. I might take some time and try to go ahead and build my hanger part for it, so that's out of the way, so we can just kind of finish it up during the stream tomorrow night. So tomorrow night's stream might go a little short too. It just kind of depends. But I do want to finish it up because Saturday I'm planning on doing all my coiling. So then we come back the following Thursday, we can start working on the chessboard. So again, I want to thank everybody that stopped in and checked us out and see what's going on. And I do appreciate anybody that's come in and give us some little chats or you send messages. All that good stuff works. So y'all have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow.